Good luck.
You never say that before a fight. You say good hunting.
The Expanse Season 6, Episode 6 began with Duarte smiling up at the growing technology above Laconia, and Duarte's smirk said one thing very clearly. Someone pick up the show. We all want to see more of this great story on screen. Alright, before we get into the recap and breakdown, I've got two questions for you. First off, how did you like it? Although I am an uber optimist, even I was wondering if they could nail the landing with just 16 minutes left.
If we had a couple weeks, maybe.
We don't have a couple weeks.
They had just one episode left to nail the landing, and in my opinion, they sure did it. It was awesome. Second question. James Holden's first official act as president of the transport union was to resign and appoint Drumma. There is a character from another awesome Netflix show who made a similar decision. If you know who it is, type that person's initials in the comment section below. Just the initials though, so as to avoid spoilers for that show. Alright, let's do this. The episode centered on the Ringgate station. Marco and Norris's goal was to get there and use the new railguns to hold it. If Marco had gotten control of the Ringgate station, then he would effectively be in control of the whole network. But the UNN, Mars, and Drummer's factions were closer to the ring, so Marco split up his fleet into 3 branches. Mars went after one branch, but as usual, Mars didn't get much screen time. The UNN's Battle Group 1 went after what they thought was the main fleet, which included Marco's ship, the Pella. Officer Olive risked her own life to stay with that group in a forward position so that she can maintain real-time communication with her fleet. Drumma was assigned to go after the most ragtag of Marco's fleets, the one which was mostly supply ships. And Marco's ship, the Pella, was actually hiding there in more ways than one. Drumma told her battle group to focus their fire on the frigate as opposed to the other ships such as the freighter. So they did just so, but lo and behold, the freighter was not actually a freighter. It was the Pella in disguise, and the Pella was able to destroy and disable almost all of Drumma's fleet. Earlier, Walker had told Drumma that he was worried that if the UNN or Mars took out the Pella, they would forget what the Belters had done for them. So for the sake of her people, Drumma wanted to sacrifice herself by getting her ship back online and charging Inaros.
Leave the Pella to me.
But Walker beat her to it. The Pella shot at his ship, the Inazami, and another collided with it, but the resulting explosion impacted the Pella, and that actually played a major part in the ending by slowing down the Pella and allowing Holden's team to take the Ringgate and come up with a plan B. The ring station had 6 new railguns built around it. At any point in time, 5 of those massive railguns could target the Sol Ring. In the prior episode, the railguns took out 6 Mars ships in a matter of seconds, so James Holden came up with a plan. He and his crew accompanied the Jean-Baptiste to the ring. When they got there, Jean-Baptiste unleashed thousands of cargo containers as well as landing pods, 30 of which held members of 3 different assault teams. The Rocinante's goal was to get the Medina station between it and the railguns so that they could not be fired at directly. And they eventually made it there, thanks to the new armor that was placed on it in the last episode, as well as the bravery of their mechanic Clarissa, who had just found out that she has just 5 years to live. So Clarissa's bravery got the Rocinante back online, and the Rocinante was able to clear the way for the assault teams to get down to the Ringgate station. The assault team was actually 3 teams, but 2 of them got tore up pretty badly off screen, so it was all on Bobby's team to take over the control bunker so as to take control of the railguns. Unfortunately, they were heavily defended on the surface, and they were also attacked by marine units from Medina. So the assault team was pinned down and unable to take over the control bunker. They asked for aerial support, but the Rocinante had to hide behind the Medina station so as to avoid being shot down by the railguns. So Bobby went out by herself and did what she does. She kicked ass. Bobby was able to destroy a reactor that turned off all of the railguns, and Amos came to her defense, a callback to the prior episode.
In the end, the only thing that matters is fighting for who's covering your flank.
Since the railguns were taken offline, the Rocinante came to her defense as well. Very cool. But keep in mind that that was not the plan. Their plan was to take control of the railguns, not to destroy them. After all, Marco Inaros was able to get past Drumma's fleet, and he was going to beat both the UNN fleet and the Mars fleet to the ring station. Since the Rocinante's crew had destroyed the railguns, Marco was going to be able to get inside the ring, turn the railguns back on, and then defend the ring. The Rosie's crew briefly discussed fleeing out of one of the 1,000 rings, but Amos stated the obvious.
We'd have to hold a refueling tank for the initial
Does
trip.
anyone here really want to cut and run?
That's where Naomi's brilliance came into play. Naomi saw that some of their 1,000 pods had disappeared, and earlier she had figured out that the ships had been disappearing when the ring was overloaded with transfers. So they exploded the John Bautista and their remaining ammunition at the perfect time so as to awaken the ring entities right as Marco's fleet was entering the ring. As a result, Marco went wherever it is people go when that happens. And it was Naomi who had pushed the button with a tear in her eye, unaware that her son Philip had actually left the Pella and taken on Naomi's surname, Nagata.
It's more important to try to help people than to know that you did.
Now let's discuss the future of the species. Marco had wanted to control the ring for obvious reasons. It is the pathway to the 1,000 other worlds. But there's a big problem. If the rings are overloaded, the ring entities return. The ring entities destroyed the ring builders, so basically, they didn't want that to happen to humans. That is why they created the Transport Union to regulate traffic going in and out of all the rings. Keep in mind that since there are so many potential habitable worlds, the dream of terraforming Mars is done, since it does not make sense to terraform a planet when habitable worlds already exist. Similarly, the Belters of the Sol system would no longer be needed in the same capacity, and unfortunately, Belters' bodies are not prepared to live down on the new worlds due to issues with gravity. So basically, the Belters need to stay in space. The new Transport Union is perfect for them. Their duty would be to monitor and manage transport through all the ring gates so that humans would not overload the system and awaken the ring entities. The big question was, who would be the leader of the Transport Union? Avasarala nominated Holden since he was
a person above reproach, apolitical, with a history of working honorably with all sides.
Drumma even gave Holden the nod to accept, but little did everyone know this was all part of Holden and Drumma's secret plan. Holden agreed under specific written conditions. One of those conditions was that he could appoint the next president, and he did just so. He read the prepared coronation speech, and then he stated that his first official act was to resign and appoint the next president, Kamina Drumma. After all, every single quality that was used to justify Holden applied even more so to Drumma, because Drumma was something that Holden was not. He was an outsider, but Drumma was a Belter. So the Belters have a new home in the Transport Union, led by the Alpha Cat herself, Kamina Drumma. Meanwhile, down in Laconia, Kara had run off with her brother Zan. Humans cannot eat the natural food on Laconia, so she's at risk of dying, but that didn't worry her, because if she were to die, she was confident that the strange dogs would fix her. If you want to know what happens, check out The Expanse Book 7, Persepolis Rising. Last but not least, let's wrap this up by starting at the beginning. It was not inevitable that Marco and Eris would lead such a bloody rebellion, but because of the way in which Earth and Mars had treated the Bell, it was inevitable that someone would eventually do what Marco and Eris did. That is why Drumma leading the Transport Union is so important. The only way to move forward is to do it together as equals. The Rocinante is a microcosm of that. James, Amos, and Clarissa are from Earth. Bobby is from Mars. Naomi is from the Bell. There was a time when they looked at each other as the other, but now they are family. Although we didn't get any karaoke, the final shot of The Expanse was the diverse family riding off into the Expanse the way that all humans should, together.
The ship wasn't stolen, it was just smart. And went looking for people worthy enough to fly it.
Rocinante out.